Everyone wants to be hot. What does being hot mean for a dermatologist?
Brain is an amazing machine.
I agree.
It will try and look for symmetry. जहाँ पे ये बैलेंस बराबर नहीं बैठा ना, तो ब्रेन सबकॉन्शियसली उसको ब्यूटीफुल नहीं मानता.
People say that beauty is skin deep. So how deep is the skin?
Now fat is what makes us beautiful, and we have started seeing this a lot with a lot of people who are abusing Ozempic. So you'll see they look like this. Like buccal fat चला गया, सब चला गया. They look very gaunt. They look very diseased. Aging में क्या होता है? When you age, your bone starts resorbing. यहाँ पे ना there is something known as the सूफ, and यहाँ पे we have the roof.
Imagine क्या पिकअप लाइन है कि तेरा रूफ और तेरा सूफ.
I am a Sufi singer. But anti-aging में हम करते क्या है? With age, your collagen levels go down. Your elastin levels go down. जो चीज़ें कम हो रही है हम वही तो replace कर रहे हैं.
What you are basically offering them is make me younger.
If they have unrealistic expectations, then that's a problem. You have nice lips. This is what healthy.
Bloody hell, a dermatologist can just walk up and start hitting on anyone.
See, I'll tell you, you have nice pink lips. A good dermatologist or a good injector will undertreat. Will undercorrect. Okay? Less is more. मैं सिर्फ 3-4 यूनिट 4-5 यूनिट ही डालूंगा, ज़्यादा भी नहीं डालूंगा. Just so that कि उसकी वो wrinkle चली जाए. One of my favorite Shakespeare quotes is, with mirth and laughter, let old wrinkles come.
I like that. That needs to be a quote on a dermatologist's wall.
है ना?
Yeah.
उसके नीचे बोटॉक्स का ad.
First question, and it is going to be a googly.
डर लग रहा है यार, ऑलरेडी डर लग रहा है.
Relax. Relax. My audience is very, very nice. Everyone wants to be hot. I think that's a fair statement. An entire industry is run on the fact that people want to be hot. What does being hot mean for a dermatologist?
So what being hot literally means for me is if the patient feels hot. Okay. अगर मैं बहुत objectively बात करूँ as a dermatologist, yes, beauty, there is a science behind it. Okay. So fun experiment was conducted. Men were shown photos of random women who they did not know, and 7 out of 10 times or 8 out of 10 times they could identify who was ovulating and who was not. Okay, just by looking at the face. The human brain, and since you're the neurologist, we tend to look for the healthiest partner to pass our gene pool to, right? So for example, wide hips are considered as a sign of fertility because हमें subconsciously लगता है कि her womb will be able to carry my offspring, right? So similarly, when it comes to the face also, beauty is nothing but your internal health reflected outside, right? So great skin and hair is a proxy marker for great internal health. So as dermatologists, there are certain ratios we try and maintain. So you try and divide the face into fifths, okay? So if I can show on you, so you can, if you look at the distance between the eyes, so frontal profile mein, so 1, 2, 3, 3/5, 4/5, 5/5. So if I divide the face like that, and if I divide the face from top to bottom as upper third, middle third, lower third, brain is an amazing machine.
I agree.
Right? It will try and look for symmetry.
Okay.
जहाँ पे ये बैलेंस बराबर नहीं बैठा ना, तो ब्रेन सबकॉन्शियसली उसको ब्यूटीफुल नहीं मानता. And the best part is symmetry doesn't exist. The human body tends towards symmetry. It is almost symmetrical, but it is not symmetrical.
There is a very interesting study that showed कि if you take someone's face and you Photoshop it and you divide the face into two and you remove one half and you make a mirror image of one half and you put it on the other, that face will look very weird.
Exactly.
So if you have absolute perfect symmetry, that can look strange, that can look ugly. So I really like what you're saying, that beauty is tendency towards symmetry but not reaching there.
Not reaching there, yeah, that's not possible. That's biologically not possible. And if something has not occurred after 15 billion years of the universe existing, which means
it's probably not there for a reason.
Yeah, it's not there.
An entire part of the brain is dedicated to recognition of the face.
Yes.
Okay, it's called as the fusiform area, and the ability of the brain to recognize a face is superior to its ability to recognize anything else. Okay? To an extent where if a chess player, like a grandmaster, is able to recognize a pattern on a chessboard, it's because their fusiform area is activated. Which means that they recognize a pattern on a chessboard as if it is their friend's face. कि अच्छा इसको तो मैंने देखा है उस championship के third match में. So if your brain thinks that something is important, it will give that something the importance of a face. That is the highest level. People say that beauty is skin deep. So how deep is the skin? Can you take us through the levels of skin on your face? कितना deep जाता है skin?
So see, when we talk about, when you say beauty is skin deep, from a muhavra perspective, ठीक है, you mean superficial. But when I'm looking at beauty, when I am looking at skin deep, मैं सिर्फ skin नहीं, मैं पूरा bone तक जाऊँगा. The red color bone, this is the maxilla. ठीक है? ये इधर से जाता है, यहाँ पे आपका zygomatic bone है. हाँ. Okay. If you see this circle, this is the orbital rim. Okay. Aging में क्या होता है? When you age, your bone starts resorbing.
Right.
Okay. So when your bones start resorbing, you start getting a wider orbital rim.
हाँ.
ठीक है. But उतना आपका और आपका जो good fat है यहाँ पे ना, there is something known as the SOOF, suborbicularis oculi fat. Suborbicularis oculi fat. SOOF. And यहाँ पे we have the roof. The retroorbicularis oculi fat. Anyway.
Imagine क्या pickup line है कि तेरा roof और तेरा SOOF.
I am a Sufi singer. But anyway, so coming back कि आपका जब when you age, आपका ये bone resorb होने लग जाता है. Okay. So your orbits will start widening and this will give rise to a deep sunken eyes.
Oh, so the older you get, your eyes
start
go back.
Exactly. Okay. Right. So what I'm trying to tell you is कि वहाँ पे तो resorption कहाँ पे हो रहा है? At the level of the bone.
Yeah.
Right. आपको दिख क्या रहा है? Dark under eyes, deep set eyes, hollow eyes, dull. Right. So the brain is amazing. It is supposed to pick the most fertile person dependent on certain criteria जो उसको लगता है कि healthy है.
So the brain is always trying to predict.
Brain is always trying to predict, and brain is always survival of the fittest. Brain wants, and like life wants, that when I pass on my genes to the most compatible partner, the healthiest partner, right? And the most compatible partner also has to be in the most compatible part of their ovulatory cycle, or men का तो evergreen ही रहता है, you know. But beauty is very interesting.
Right.
So when you say how deep is the skin, so if I were to just break it down to very simple levels, सबसे ऊपर आता है just the skin जो हम लोग ऊपर देखते हैं, ठीक है? Then right immediately below that we have something known as the fascia. Okay. So if anybody eats chicken, right? So whenever you buy chicken with skin, वो जो with skin जो आता है, there's not skin, that's the fascia. So जो that's the वो skin थोड़ी है. So वो muscle के around that
skin तो feather और वो सब होता है.
So muscle के around वो जो चीज़ है, that's the fascia. So skin, उसके नीचे आता है fascia. Okay. उसके नीचे we have fat. Now fat is what makes us beautiful. ठीक है? Because fat is what gives contour to my face. Right. If I do not have fat, and we have started seeing this a lot with a lot of people who are abusing Ozempic, okay, so they are losing fat, even the good fat. So you'll see they look like this, like buccal fat chala gaya, sab chala gaya. They look very gaunt, they look very diseased, right?
There is a series on Instagram, on TikTok I saw, called Ozempic Faces.
Yeah, Ozempic Faces, yeah.
And it's crazy to see. I mean, I want to see it now.
So actually, instead of that, I want you to type marathon runner.
Okay.
Just type marathon runner and I'll show you the fastest marathon runner in the world. Okay. Open anybody. कोई भी सभी खोल जिसमें face अच्छा दिख रहा है. Male, हाँ. नहीं zoom नहीं. Show me another face where.
I can put. See. This one. Right.
This is also how an Ozempic faces looks like.
Oh. So in marathon running, what happens is that your
it's unnatural.
No, in the sense that your body's metabolism has evolved to such an extent where you are just burning fat.
You're just
right?
burning.
Like you're burning all the fat in your body. And is that what Ozempic also does?
So basically, no, I was just giving an analogy, right? So in marathon, if you ever see a marathon runner, they will literally be just skin and bone.
Right.
उनका मसल कहाँ है, but वो ना 2 घंटे में 42 किलोमीटर्स भाग जाते हैं, right? So their metabolism has evolved such so trained कि वो मसल का पूरा ग्लाइकोजन ख़त्म कर देते हैं, जो भी थोड़ा बहुत फैट है सब बर्न कर देते हैं. This is also this cachectic phase. He is not cachectic.
Yes.
Cachectic मतलब wasting, right?
He's healthy.
He bloody runs 42 kilometers in less than 2 hours. He's the world record holder. Right. But this kind of, I mean, I'm not going for he's very trained. I mean, he's a brilliant athlete. I'm just telling you from a dermatology perspective that the good fat, the good fat has also gone away. खोलो उसको. The good fat. So fat is what gives fat. Fat is beautiful, right? Fat is there for a reason. And when you lose fat, you become like this. So people who are doing Ozempic, abusing it, okay, just for weight loss, उनका good fat भी चला जाता है. And now open an Ozempic faces and it will look the same. If what all changes do we notice here? If you see, there is hollowing here.
Yeah.
There's loss of the buccal fat pad. Right. If you remember,
cheeky, the fat cheeks.
The good. So ये जो होता है, ये अपना this is the malar fat. Okay, this is the buccal fat. That's a very deep fat.
Right.
If you see ये जो deep fat चला गया है, okay, अरे यार ये क्या खुल गया? I'm very nautic, हाँ. And if you see the nasolabial fold has also sag हो गया. The angle of the mouth has come down. The jowls have come down. So these are known as the jowls. Okay, ये नीचे आ गया. Literally the entire face is descending. Okay, because
the fat is sort of holding everything
exactly
up.
So the face, I learned this much later, only when I did my MD, right? That face में ligaments होते हैं, you know.
That's not something you learn in MBBS.
Exactly. Even after studying anatomy from Gray's Anatomy, the textbook, right? हम लोग, what is a ligament? A ligament is what, you know, connects something to a bone.
Yeah.
Like a bone to a bone. A tendon is what connects the muscle to the bone, right? So the face also has, the skin on the face also has ligaments, because if it did not, the face would just sag.
Right.
How are things being held up here? Right? So we have ligaments and you can see them. So smile, give me a big, why is your cheek not collapsing?
Coming down.
Yeah, see when I smile, why is this not collapsing?
Right. Yeah, that's true. It's staying up. Okay, got it.
So we have ligaments here on the zygomatic arch. We have ligaments which hold everything in place. So entire हमारा जो anti-aging का खेल है, facelift surgeries, everything, we are actually playing with the ligaments.
Right.
The fat goes down, nothing will hold the ligament, entire building will collapse. This is what is happening.
So in people with who are doing Ozempic, the fat disappears from the face. Of course, it disappears from the body, which is what they want. But the fat disappearing from the face is sort of an unwanted.
It's an unwanted. So एक होता है visceral fat, right? That is bad. जब excess visceral fat which is the fat around your, you know, the central obesity, the fat around the organs, जब वो ज़्यादा बढ़ जाता है, that's when you land up with, you know, the complications of metabolic syndrome, insulin resistance, diabetes, hypercholesterolemia, triglyceridemia. ये जो fat है, my body does not rely on this for strength.
I had this theory that any face can be made to look hot.
Yes.
Okay. And I think the first time that I realized this was when I attended someone's wedding. It was like a friend's wedding. And I realized that in a wedding, with the amount of effort that everybody goes through to look hot at the wedding, everyone looks gorgeous.
Yes.
Unlike on the other days where they look normal. So there is a difference between a wedding face and an everyday face.
Fair enough.
So if that is true, if anyone can look hot, then why is hot such a wanted thing? Because clearly anyone, if putting in the time and effort, can look hot. So on Instagram, that's what it is, right? Like all the celebrities are just having put in that effort, they're looking hot. So shouldn't people know this, that hot is not such a distant dream? It's just about spending enough time and money at a parlor?
So let's not, okay. So here I would like to differ a little bit. What is beauty? Beauty is what your brain feels ke with these characteristics, he or she will be the best mate for me and to carry my genes forward. Which means that face should not have signs of sun damage. That face should not have signs of external aging, because aging is associated with decreased fertility. So signs of aging, your brain will not perceive as beautiful. Right? Beauty क्या होता है? Or when are you at your peak performance? When are you at your most fertile? When are you your healthiest? You're, from puberty till your mid-30s. That is when your body is at its peak performance, whether it's athletic, with whatever form of performance that is. So it's, before that you are pre-pubertal, immature, then mature, and then after that is just declining, right? So whatever we try to do, in a way you're trying to bring them back or restore them to the time when their bodies were working at most optimum capacity, or their bodies were the most fertile. You get what I mean? So anti-aging में हम करते क्या हैं? What are we doing? जो चीज़ लॉस हो रहा है हम उसी को रिप्लेस करते हैं, right? So for example, let's talk about bones, okay? After menopause, women will tend to become osteopenic or osteoporotic, right? उनका एस्ट्रोजन प्रोडक्शन कम हो गया, बोन्स बहुत ब्रिटल वीक हो जाएंगी, तो उनको बार बार कैल्शियम विटामिन डी रिप्लेसमेंट ज़्यादा लगता है एज कम्पेयर टू अ मेल. बराबर? Similarly, so body is a factory. With age, your collagen levels go down, your elastin levels go down, your fibrillin levels go down, keratin levels go down, hyaluronic acid levels go down. जो चीज़ें कम हो रही हैं हम वही तो replace कर रहे हैं. That's all that we're doing.
So all anti-aging is supplementing what the body used to make,
but is not that's all.
You said something interesting about beauty and how it is connected to fertility.
Yeah.
I just realized that there is different levels of beauty.
Yeah.
Right? So when you say that a face is beautiful, you might be right in that you might say that it is related to fertility. But there are plenty of people who find a 60-year-old woman beautiful.
Of course. So I'm please don't get me wrong. Everybody is beautiful, but when everybody is beautiful.
So there has to be something deeper. We have to, since we are here and this is an important conversation, we have to go one level deeper into just understanding a little bit more about what makes a face beautiful beyond that fertility thing.
Yeah. So beyond that fertility thing, so वो तो एक बहुत basic चीज़ हो गया, right? But a face is not just proportions, because वो तो static image है.
Right.
Now comes my dynamic face. In my dynamic phase is where my demeanor comes, my expressions come, my personality, my countenance, right?
Yeah.
So there are a lot of people who will have a perpetual scowl.
Yeah.
Right?
Exactly.
Even if they're smiling, but because their muscles are so hyperactive, उनका एक perpetual scowl रहता है. So it'll be like, right? तो वो हम botox करके relax कर देते. But not coming to that.
Botox करके relax.
Not
It must be crazy to be married to a dermatologist.
No.
Hey, why are you upset?
No. But if somebody has a perpetual scowl, what does this tell you about them?
They are upset, they are angry.
No, perpetual. हाँ, मतलब वो भी wrinkle ही बन गया, ऐसे line ही ऐसा बन गया.
They need therapy?
No, that they have seen a lot of hardship in life, because which is why they've needed to frown or something has happened, right? And if you see somebody with crow's feet, what are crow's feet? These are crow's feet. These are happy wrinkles. It's a wrinkle nonetheless.
Right.
But if you see somebody with very well pronounced crow's feet, what does this mean?
They've smiled a lot.
They've smiled a lot, which means they've seen positive things in life, which means their life has been comfortable, apparently, right? Which means अच्छा life है, अच्छा होगा, healthy होगा.
Agni, you are giving me palmist vibes. Like looking at someone's face and telling their past, describing their future.
Yeah.
This is really interesting. So as a dermatologist, as a scientist,
Yeah.
you are drawing conclusions from someone's face.
We think we draw the mind sees what the eyes know, right? So
Agreed.
So हम ऐसे लगता है.
There are a lot of things that you can understand looking at someone's face.
So many
How
things.
healthy their childhood has been, how healthy their current lifestyle is.
Exactly.
How much sun are they getting.
So many things, right? So when I say, so you said कि मैं शादी में गया and everybody was looking beautiful, right? Basically, they just tweaked certain things, maybe using some sort of makeup or some sort of procedure, something, just to tend towards symmetry, just to tend towards clearer skin, just to tend towards uniform texture skin, right? Why? Now, what is acne? Pimples to sabko hote hai, big deal, right? There are certain syndromes associated with acne, okay? So, acne means there's inflammation happening,
Right.
okay? It's a neutrophilic inflammation. Okay, there are certain arthritis. There's a syndrome known as PAPA, pyogenic arthritis. Yeah. There's a syndrome known as PAPASH with hidradenitis suppurativa. Okay, so basically, अगर किसी का बहुत acne scarred face है, we know that this body has a lot of inflammation in the past. तभी तो इतना inflammatory damage हो रखा है, right? Again, I have nothing against people who have acne or acne scars. This is just purely a theoretical discussion. How the brain perceives beauty. Every face is beautiful. Subconsciously, the brain might feel that इसमें inflammation हो रखा है, not the healthiest. So we tend to disregard it as not beautiful. So basically, beauty is, your brain is silly. Brain को जो चीज़ें लगती है कि ब्रेन को एक्ने स्कार से प्रॉब्लम नहीं है. ब्रेन को सबकॉन्शियसली लगता है कि इसके बॉडी में बहुत इन्फ्लेमेशन हो रखा है, मे नॉट बी द मोस्ट आइडियल gene pool to pass my thing to. What if this patient also has pyogenic arthritis? What if this patient also has hidradenitis suppurativa?
Why did you say patient?
I mean, अरे मेरे लिए तो पेशेंट ही होगा ना यार.
Agni मेरे भाई. I don't know if I'll cut that.
How is?
Oh, I wanted to. Agni and his papa issues.
परसों ही फादर्स डे गया यार.
Okay, back to class. Okay. All right. When someone comes to you and says, Dr. Agni, make me beautiful, what you are basically offering them is make me younger.
No. Technically, yes.
Huh.
But I ask them what is troubling them. See, because I don't want to be insensitive. See, when I from a dermatologist eyes मैं हर एक face में problem निकाल सकता हूँ, ठीक है? And that's not nice. We are trained for it. That's not nice.
I mean, you can't solve a problem if you can't make one. So,
So you ask the patient, what troubles you, right? Let's say the patient, young male, lot of acne on his face, but he's telling me that, hey, I'm losing hair, right? That is what's bothering him, so I will correct that. On the other hand, let's say there is another patient who's who's maybe bald, very completely bald, but he's come to me for pigmentation on the cheeks. He's least bothered about the hair because he feels, यार मेरा दादा टकला था, मेरा नाना टकला था, मेरा बाप टकला था, मैं भी टकला. Big deal, right? Because it's not offering you any survival benefit, right? So he does not really care, and it's very wrong of me to go and point that out.
Right.
Don't trouble till trouble troubles you. So when somebody says, Dr. Agni, you ask them, what is troubling you? You ask them where they're coming from in terms of what their psychology is, because a lot of things go into the picture. If they have unrealistic expectations, then that's a problem.
Right.
So for example, if I may, you have nice lips. ठीक है? You have nice good volume lips. Okay? This is what healthy.
Bloody hell, a dermatologist can just walk up and start hitting on anyone and no one will think, he's doing it in his professional capacity. So, who the hell comes and says you have nice lips?
See, I'll tell you, you have nice pink lips. So,
at least wait for the camera. Alright,
okay,
continue.
see. So you have nice pink lips, okay? अरे सुन ले भाई. The proportion is good, ठीक है? There's no staining or any pigmentation on the lips, right? What does that tell me?
God, I hope. Tell me what that's I tell you.
That you have healthy habits.
All right, thank God.
Right? You have healthy habits. You do not have any B12 deficiency, right? You do not have, I mean, you're not smoking, okay? And you don't have ACTH deficiency.
Right.
Like, you know, उसमें सब pigmentation होने लग जाता
I
है.
always used to think that doctors are like Sherlock Holmes.
We are, especially
This is-
dermatologists.
This is so interesting because I feel that all doctors, especially I used to think of this in medical college, that all doctors are like Sherlock Holmes.
True.
You can look at somebody and understand a lot of their history just by putting these things together.
Yeah.
Like thyroid, you can talk about nutrition, you can understand trauma, you can understand so many things just by looking at someone.
So I'll say something, okay?
Okay.
Now if I was to just look at it, if I was to just look at your lips,
Again.
okay? So you have pink lips, okay? If I was to just shake hands with you, I shake hands with you like that.
Yeah.
I just took a glance at your knuckles, right? I know when I see your knuckles and your lips, just these two things, that A, your nutrition is proper, okay? That you do not have B12 deficiency,
Yes.
number one. Number two, you don't even have Addison's disease, okay? Because there's no hyperpigmentation here, right? And number three, that you're not smoking. You're not a smoker, right? Because there's no deposition.
Right.
So just इतना ही देख के हमें बहुत कुछ पेशेंट के बारे में पता लग जाता है.
I want to tell people, how did he know that I don't have B12 deficiency?
Yeah. I don't know whether you eat chicken or not. Like,
Right.
and assuming I don't know you,
Correct.
right?
But just using the knuckles.
Knuckles
you can
and
tell-
knuckles, this also,
Yes.
and the palmar creases.
So we can't talk about facial beauty and people coming to you to make them more beautiful without talking about Botox.
Okay.
Because I really want to go into this. So I'm assuming that as a dermatologist, you do give Botox injections.
It's our
to-
bread and butter, yeah.
It's your bread and butter. Perfect.
Do you know the history of Botox? It's good fun.
Please tell me.
So botulinum toxin, okay, is one of the deadliest toxins known to mankind, humankind.
Yes.
So back in the days जब हमारे पास refrigerator नहीं होते थे, your meat would get spoiled. So the sister bacteria of tetanus, which is Clostridium tetani, the sister bacteria called Clostridium botulism, so that it creates botulinum toxin.
Yeah.
Okay. This much amount, or maybe just 1 ml of actual botulinum toxin is sufficient to kill full humankind. It's that toxic.
Really full humankind.
Full humankind. Okay, so for example, if you combine all the men in the world, okay, and you take all our testosterone, the amount of testosterone that you have in all the men, basically the amount of testosterone in the entire known universe is barely enough to fill a spoon.
Huh.
Why? How
Because
much?
we are, because we are measuring them in
Nanograms, which is 10 power minus 9.
Right. We're talking about molecules here.
Talking about molecules here, right?
Yeah.
So, botulinum toxin is very, very deadly. But हम उसका purified version use करते हैं. Of course, we can't use that, right?
course.
So, we use a purified version. So, what it does, it just relaxes the muscles. It's a muscle relaxer.
So botulinum is dangerous because it paralyzes the muscle.
Yeah, it relaxes the muscle.
Yes.
Huh. So paralysis would be a permanent
Negative,
thing. No, permanent
thing.
This is a temporary
So
relaxation.
the way that botulinum used to kill people. So when you said.
So can
need-
I draw something?
Yes.
Because this is something I would like to draw.
Okay, just start drawing here.
Okay.
Just write anything, you'll get another page. Huh. Perfect.
Wait, you have
Now
to screen record, huh?
It's okay.
Okay. So how does botulinum toxin work? So yellow color. This is the
Yellow will not be seen.
fair. Chalo,
Perfect.
black.
Yeah.
This is the axon.
Yes.
Okay. And
I love how excited Agni is about.
how do I change the color? Wait, this one, huh?
Yes.
This is the muscle.
Huh.
Now the axon releases, you know this better than me, it releases certain chemicals known as neurotransmitters.
Yes.
This particular one is known as acetylcholine. एंड इधर एसिटाइल कोलिन का रिसेप्टर है.
करेक्ट.
ओके, इधर एसिटाइल कोलिन का रिसेप्टर है.
हाँ.
ओके, नाउ botulinum toxin, it acts on the presynaptic membrane.
Correct.
So as a neurologist, when you hear of botulinum toxin, you should remember Lambert-Eaton. Presynaptic.
Yes.
Postsynaptic
Is
myasthenia gravis. ठीक है. So
So excited.
so what it does is botulinum toxin आपने इधर इंजेक्ट कर दिया, it goes around the nerves.
Yeah.
एंडोसाइटोसिस होकर नर्व के अंदर जाएगा through the snare and snap complex,
Yep.
synaptobrevin, you remember all those things?
Yep.
Yeah. And then it will just prevent the release of this.
Yeah.
तो आपका ये acetyl choline release नहीं हो पाएगा. So you want the muscle to move, गुस्सा करो गुस्सा करो गुस्सा करो, बट वो मसल आपका नर्व उस मसल को वो सिग्नल दे ही नहीं पाएगा, तो आप गुस्सा नहीं हो पाओगे.
तो नर्व से सिग्नल आ रहा है मसल तक,
बट नहीं जा पा रहा.
बट मसल इज नॉट एबल टू कॉन्ट्रैक्ट.
यस.
तो आदमी को गुस्सा आ रहा है,
गुस्सा आ रहा है,
लेकिन बाहर एक्सप्रेशन चेंज नहीं हो रहा है.
हाँ, वो मसल रिलैक्स हो जाएगा.
हाँ, तो मसल मूव नहीं कर रहा है.
मसल मूव नहीं कर रहा. सो बिकॉज हाउ डू वी गेट रिंकल्स? Because when you keep repeating the same motion again and again and again and again, eventually these muscles are inserted into your skin. So वो same motion करते करते वो एक line बन जाता है, crease बन जाता है. So when I just relax the muscle, वो crease हट जाता है, right? Now the problem, like, and you know, we were discussing about it the other day. मुझे गुस्सा आ रहा है, but मैं गुस्सा कर नहीं पा रहा हूँ because now my muscle is relaxed. That's a problem.
It is.
That's a problem.
And this is a crazy thing that I read recently, and it has a name also. It's called facial feedback hypothesis. Okay. So what this means is, हमें गुस्सा आ रहा है, नर्व जा रहा है हमारे फोरहेड के मसल पे. The muscle is supposed to contract.
Yes.
When the muscle contracts, it will now send a signal back to the brain कि हाँ भाई मैं कॉन्ट्रैक्ट किया हूँ.
बराबर. यस, करेक्ट.
ठीक है. एंड आवर ब्रेन विल रिसीव दैट सिग्नल, बट अ डिफरेंट पार्ट ऑफ द ब्रेन विल रिसीव दैट सिग्नल. एंड दैट डिफरेंट पार्ट ऑफ द ब्रेन विल रियलाइज दैट ओ बिकॉज मेरा मसल कॉन्ट्रैक्ट हुआ है, दैट मस्ट मीन कि मुझे गुस्सा आ रहा है. सो इट इज लाइक द ब्रेन इज टॉकिंग टू इटसेल्फ वाया द मसल. नाउ ओके, नाउ आई हैव टू टेल यू समथिंग. ओके, आई एम वेरी एक्साइटेड अबाउट दिस. नाउ अगर समझो मैं तेरे सामने बैठा हूँ, ठीक है, और तुझे गुस्सा आ रहा है, ठीक है. नाउ योर ब्रेन विल टेल योर फोरहेड मसल टू फ्राउन. ठीक है. नाउ माय आईज आर सीइंग यू. हाउ डू आई नो दैट यू आर एंग्री? माय आईज आर सीइंग योर एक्सप्रेशन. माय ब्रेन हैज मिरर न्यूरॉन्स. माय मिरर न्यूरॉन्स विल कॉपी योर एक्सप्रेशन. इन माय माइंड आई एम फ्राउनिंग, and my brain will receive the signals from my muscles, and I'll realize that, oh, if I am frowning and that must mean I am angry, that must mean that Agni is angry because he is frowning. So this is how empathy works.
Exactly.
The problem is, agar the previous day I had come to Agni and said, tu mujhe Botox dal de, and my expressions cannot change now. There are studies that show that my ability to recognize if you are angry
will also go down.
Will also go down. This is such an insane study. Ki empathy depends on your facial expressions. Okay.
So, which is why a good dermatologist or a good injector will undertreat, will undercorrect. Okay. Less is more. What did he come to me with? कि मेरा लाइन आ रहा है. सो इवन व्हेन आई एम एट रेस्ट, मेरा फेस फ्राउन परपेचुअल स्काउल कर रहा है, राइट? दैट इज हिज प्रॉब्लम, दैट अ नेगेटिव इमोशन इज बीइंग एक्सेंचुएटेड, राइट? ही इज नॉट गेटिंग, उसको प्रॉब्लम नहीं है कि मैं गुस्सा कर रहा हूँ, ही इज जस्ट सेइंग कि मैं गुस्सा लग रहा हूँ इवन व्हेन आई एम नॉट एंग्री. सो यू जस्ट रिलैक्स इट सफिशिएंटली. मैं सिर्फ 3-4 यूनिट, 4-5 यूनिट ही डालूंगा, ज़्यादा भी नहीं डालूंगा, जस्ट सो दैट कि उसकी वो रिंकल चली जाए. सो दैट व्हेन ही स्माइलिंग, सामने वाले को लगना चाहिए कि वो स्माइल कर रहा है. बिकॉज अगर वो गुस्सा होके स्माइल करेगा, दैट इज़ अ प्रॉब्लम. सो आई एम करेक्टिंग वॉट एग्जैक्टली जो आपने बताया, फीडबैक, राइट? सो आई एम जस्ट करेक्टिंग द नेगेटिव इमोशन.
So
you get what I mean?
In a way, okay. So In a way, you don't give Botox to relax the happy muscles.
No,
Is that
no,
what you're saying?
no. So what I mean to say is that I'm not paralyzing the face. I'm not freezing the face, because a bad dermatologist, or आप ज़्यादा यूनिट over कि ज़्यादा डालो right, that way of course we make more money. जितना यूनिट ज़्यादा डाला we make more money, but at the cost of what? Patient now has a frozen face, no expression. That's a problem. The purpose of the face is to express, and if you cannot express, that is not beautiful. That is not beautiful. So you ask the patient, that you tell them that, look boss, I'm going to undertreat you, right? Because अगर आप गुस्सा हो, खुश हो, सामने वाले को दिखना चाहिए कि तुम गुस्सा और खुश हो.
Correct.
And one things which I actually don't like treating are the crow's feet, because this is a happy wrinkle.
ये वाले.
The crow's feet, right? This अगर for whatever reasons अगर correct करना भी पड़ गया, उसको तो बहुत ही under correct करता हूँ. I hate treating crow's feet.
Khush, it is a sign of happiness.
Yeah. So, I mean, funny because I'm a dermatologist, but one of my favorite Shakespeare quotes is, "With mirth and laughter, let old wrinkles come." Okay.
I like that. That needs to be a quote on a dermatologist's wall.
है ना?
Yeah.
उसके नीचे बोटॉक्स का ad.
Brought to you by. Oh man. Since I said that every bride can look beautiful and everybody in a wedding can look beautiful, but at what cost? Okay. Now, I want to do a bit of financial conversation.
Fair.
Okay. I want to look beautiful.
ठीक है.
Now
You are beautiful.
Oh, man, these dermatologists, I tell you, भाई तुम लोग सब संभालो, ठीक है? Just be careful about dermatologists. They seem to have access to these lines that other people can't marify, and they can just say that, no, I'm saying it professionally.
But you are beautiful.
Thanks, man.
You're one of my prettier friends.
I appreciate it. I appreciate it a lot. This will definitely get cut. No, thanks, man. You're pretty good too. Thanks. Cheers. Can it get more awkward than this? What I want to know is, when someone wants to get pretty, hot or beautiful, there is a lot of money to be spent there.
That's a misconception.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Now, this is the misconception that an entire industry is running on, which is the cosmetic industry. So can you break down that misconception, that what is exactly the misconception there?
Fair enough. So people feel that the more money you spend, that's a passport to looking beautiful, more beautiful, looking hotter, कि जितना पैसा दोगे या जितना पैसा खर्चा करोगे तो ही अच्छा दिख सकते हो. Which means somebody who's not spending money technically cannot look beautiful, right? Wrong. Okay. All this while you're only talking about an external skincare routine or anything and everything that we're doing externally. But what is beauty? Beauty is nothing but your internal health made visible, right? So if you're healthy on the inside, you will be beautiful on the outside. If you're unhealthy on the inside, then be prepared to spend a lot of money to correct the damage on the outside. It's like saying that you want to smoke those 20 cigarettes in a day, be prepared to spend a bomb on your angioplasty, right? अगर आपको हार्ट भी यंग रखना है, हाँ, ब्लड प्रेशर भी नहीं चाहिए, स्मोक भी करना है, ड्रिंक भी दबा के करना है, देन तो फिर डॉक्टर का, कार्डियोलॉजिस्ट का खर्चा तो देना पड़ेगा, राइट? तो मैं भी तो वही चीज़ कर रहा हूँ. ओके, हाउ मच डज इट कॉस्ट टू बी ब्यूटिफुल? ज़ीरो. Absolutely zero, right? So what is a great internal skincare routine is what your parents and your grandparents have been telling you for the longest time. Eat well, sleep well, exercise well, worry less. That is literally the secret to looking sexy. Okay, when you eat well, what do you mean by eat well? That you've gotten your macros, आपका protein intake बराबर आ गया, right? So in a way we are saving you money. नहीं तो आप आपका food delivery app से मंगाते. हम तो बोल रहे हैं हम तो सस्ते में आपको ब्यूटीफुल करके देंगे. घर का खाना खाओ. Get your protein intake per day, 1 gram per kg if you're sedentary, 1.5 grams per kg if you're physically active. Eat the rainbow. What do I mean by that? eat foods of as many different colors as you can without even realizing vitamin A से लेके Z तक, Z से लेके A तक सारे antioxidants, calcium, copper, manganese, zinc, selenium सब मिल जाएगा. You never have to take a supplement. You never have to see a doctor. So and the minute you get your antioxidants, all the pollution related damage, aging related damage, stress related damage वो हम reverse कर देते हैं. You get beautiful skin, you get glowing skin, skin barrier is repaired, skin के सारे proteins replenish हो गए. हम लोग glutathione देते हैं, लेते हैं. What is glutathione? आपका body खुद naturally बनाता है. It's your body's most powerful antioxidant, right? You can get it through your natural food items. Your body will produce it. People are taking collagen powder. What is collagen? It's the most abundant animal protein. Your body will only produce it. What's the cheapest way to get collagen? Increase your protein intake and have a lot of vitamin C. Right? Vitamin C के लिए tablet भी मत लो. Have a lot of citrus. What I'm trying to say, if you catch the drift, that beauty is cheap. It's just, people assume that because this celebrity in the US has done this, तो ये ही होगा. Right? ये facial कराना पड़ेगा या ये फलाना डिमकाना. No, beauty is just be healthy.
The reason I love this so much is because this is exactly how I feel about mental health. Because I always think of it as a pyramid, and what you see is the outside, right? किसी का personality, किसी का behavior. And we do a lot to say कि mindset improve करो, start focusing, don't procrastinate. But वो तुम्हारा behavior है. Your behavior is only as good as your brain health. अगर तुम्हारा brain healthy है, cortisol levels are not high, inflammation is not high in your brain, तुम्हारा decision making automatically better होता है.
बराबर.
And your brain will be healthy if your body is healthy. अगर enough blood circulation जा रहा है, enough nutrients जा रहा है, and your body will be healthy if your metabolism is healthy, if your cells are healthy. तो अगर glucose levels normal है, अगर तुम्हारा fat levels में the more adipose tissue is there in your body, the more inflammation is there in your body. All that inflammatory cells are going where? It will go into your brain. It will lead to a overall stress response. You will feel low. And then तुम्हें लगता है कि नहीं मुझे low feel हो रहा है because my friend didn't answer my phone. No, you're feeling low because the inflammation in your body is high, and you are looking for a reason as to why you're feeling low. So start from the bottom and work your way up. Is exactly what mental health should be, and I love that you explained it from that perspective in skin.
Thank you. So correct me if I'm wrong, because I want to ask you this, because you spoke about adipose and brain and all of that. So when we impose diets on ourselves which are not natural to what I'm Indian, I've been eating dal roti sabji, मैं ये खाता हूँ, right? अगर कोई मुझे बोलेगा weight loss के लिए कि salad खा, which is not natural, मतलब सिर्फ salad खाओ, ये खाओ, sushi खाओ, whatever, like which is unnatural to my upbringing and my what my gut has been used to. There's a reason why all those crash diets and all, they collapse. Because it's not sustainable. And why is it not sustainable? Because you'll perpetually be hangry. You'll be angry, you'll be low, you'll be irritable, you'll be depressed. Right? Is it because your gut, which has the maximum number of feel good, serotonergic, उनको वो particular nutrients नहीं मिल रहा, which is why it's a sign of to tell your body कि please sugar खा ले, carbohydrate खा ले. Is it something like that?
So yes and no. At the end of the day, तुम्हारा gut will take whatever nutrients your body needs as long as you're putting it in.
हम नहीं जा रहा, नहीं जा रहा. Crash dieting कर रहे.
Crash dieting कर रहे. You are not putting in all the nutrients you need. Your gut will suffer. But there is another reason why crash diets don't work. Because it takes a lot of cognitive load. You are constantly having to decide कि ये खाना है. Suppose if I say that I'm going to go on a sushi only diet, मेरे lifestyle में वो आया ही नहीं है. So I need to find either a cook who can make sushi, and I need to find all the ingredients and make sure कि वो हमेशा घर पे आते रहे.
It's a task.
It is a task. I can do it for 1 day, 2 day, 3 day. But हर बार करते रहो, my brain is now fatigued simply by the act of eating.
Understood.
Whereas roti sabji, because of the system, वो आराम से हो जाता है. So I don't need to think about it. So that fatigue is itself an inflammatory thing.
Wow.
So eat with your system. because that will save up a lot of energy, which can then be used for other things.
Wow.
That is the only reason. Otherwise, your gut will welcome anything. Your gut will get used to any kind of food. As long as you are able to sustainably give your gut that food.
Interesting.
Let's take we were talking about finances, and you explained it beautifully that beauty is cheap.
Yeah.
I did a quick math on ChatGPT on the amount of amount of products that on average somebody who's doing skincare, someone is doing skincare would be using. And it turns out that on average people own between 15 to 30 skincare products.
Wow.
Okay, and I'm talking of people who are into skincare, not like somebody who's not into it. But if I'm sure this, and I'm wonder if it is more women than men. I think it might be. So now I'm curious. So if you are listening, how many skincare products do you own? I'm curious to know. But on average, if you own somewhere around 15 to 30 skincare products, then you are spending on average between 7 to 20,000 a month on skincare.
Wow, that's a lot of money.
Just on products.
Just on products, yeah.
Okay. Now, on the other hand, you're saying that beauty is really cheap.
Yep.
So how does someone navigate these two things? So on the one hand, there is this narrative that you need to get all these things. You are saying that no, you don't. Is there a middle ground? Are you going to say कि ये completely गलत है? How do you navigate that?
So nothing is completely wrong.
Correct. So
right. If I was to break down the number of products and have the simplest external skincare routine, because जो आपने products बोल रहे हो ना, for me that is an external skincare routine. Okay.
Skin के ऊपर.
Internal skincare routine is your exercise, is your sleep, is your diet, is your stress, all of that. That's your internal laughter. Yeah, that's your internal skincare routine. For me, I put a lot of emphasis and pressure on internal skincare routine. ये आपका sorted होना ही चाहिए. There is no point, going to a cardiologist, being on blood thinners, being on blood pressure medication. If you are not going to exercise, if you're continuously going to smoke, then it defeats the purpose, right? So yes, does it mean blood thinners don't have a role? Of course they have a role. So do skincare products have a role? Of course they have a role, right? Yes, your vitamin C, your retinol, your sunscreen, your hyaluronic acid, everything, it has a role, no doubt about it. But my first priority goes to internal skincare. Now, having said that, externally, what is the least number of things that one can do to, in a way, protect the skin? Because for me, protection will supersede any sort of enhancement, is sunscreen. Now, ये controversial topic क्यों है? क्यों है? Because we are brown.
Okay.
You and I are brown. ठीक है?
Yeah. Some of us are browner than others.
No, we are brown.
Okay.
ठीक है? So, Caucasians, white people, Europeans, Americans, white people, blue eyes, blonde hair, they have very less melanin in their skin. Melanin is what gives color to the skin. Melanin is our natural sunscreen. Melanin is our natural defense against ultraviolet radiation and cancer. Now, poor chaps, these Caucasians, they cannot step out into the sun without putting dollops and dollops of sunscreen. ये लोग जल जाते हैं. And I want to show you a photo of this. Sunburn.
Music festival आएगा.
Yes, see. Now, this person, Caucasian, right? Bichara gaya. Now, I don't know if you've noticed this, right? If you see this part, there are a lot of lentigens.
Yeah.
अगर तूने notice किया कि नहीं किया, right? Now, this person, if he ever came to me as a patient, every 6 months I'll have to individually examine all his moles, dermoscope करके देखूंगा, biopsy लेना पड़ेगा, because they have a chance of turning malignant. ठीक है? Now, contrast to my good friend here, who's brown, he has a congenital melanocytic nevus here. ठीक है? I am least bothered about it.
आज तक किसी ने इसको मोल के अलावा कुछ नहीं बोला है. I feel weirdly seen today.
No, what I'm trying
melanocytic nevus.
No, so I'm least bothered about this because
मोल बोल.
Okay, now look at this sunburn.
अजीब सा किंग है.
Okay, ये देखो. when was the last time you experienced
Oh
something?
my
You're a
God.
scuba diver,
Yeah.
right? So when was the last time you had something like this?
Like this, never.
Never, right?
Never.
Because you have natural sunscreen.
Right.
Okay. So now, as Indians, why should we use sunscreen? Okay. You are blessed because you are semi-immune to skin cancer. Not completely immune, semi-immune. Okay. In your case, why must you use sunscreen? Because the number one cause of external aging of the skin is sun damage. So to protect yourself against sun damage so that your skin looks youthful for longer, which is why you must use sunscreen. And I'm going to show you an experiment which is there in our textbooks. Sun damage, face, unilateral.
Oh, I've
I'll
seen
show you.
this.
Yeah. So ये हमारे textbooks में okay. Now he is a truck driver. Okay, and this is in public domain, which is why I'm sharing this. For 30 years he did the same job. Okay, so assuming he is driving from say Kolaba to Andheri. Okay, so Kolaba to Andheri मतलब south से north जा रहा है, morning shift है, sun is on the east side. Okay,
correct.
so उस हिसाब से उसका ना राइट साइड हमेशा को सन डैमेज ही हो रहा है, आ रहा है, एंड देन वो फिर उधर ही उसका शिफ्ट खत्म या नाइट को जब भी आता है वट एवर. दिस पर्सन डिड नॉट यूज सनस्क्रीन एंड यूनिलैटर एक साइडेड ही उसका देख द अमाउंट ऑफ सन डैमेज दैट इज देयर, राइट. सो नाउ एज एन इंडियन वाई मस्ट यू यूज सनस्क्रीन इज इफ यू वॉन्ट टू लुक यूथफुल फॉर लॉन्गर, इफ यू वॉन्ट टू रिटेन दैट हेल्दियर स्किन दैट यू हैड इन योर your younger age group for longer, which is also considered beautiful, right? If you want to retain that for longer, by all means please use sunscreen. So this is what you're trying to prevent.
Brilliant. So sun, literally it looks like it dehydrates the skin. ऐसा लग रहा है कि वो shrink हो गया है, wrinkle हो गया है.
I'm happy you use those word dehydration because यहाँ पे actually हुआ क्या क्या है. So यहाँ पे जो elastin है वो damage हो गया है. So that is known as solar elastosis. What is elasticity? कि मैं अगर rubber band को खींचूंगा and if I leave it back, it will go back, which means it is elastic. When does a rubber band lose its elasticity? कि मैं उसको खींचा but वो वैसा का वैसा रह गया. ये skin वैसा का वैसा है, देख इसको. The skin has lost its elasticity. This is solar elastosis.
Beautiful.
Right?
Beautiful.
You use the word dehydration also. Yeah, because इसका hyaluronic acid level बहुत कम है. इसका collagen level पूरा टूट गया. Skin गिर रहा है इसका.
But दूसरा side skin is like much better.
Much better. So this, what you see here is intrinsic aging. मतलब at the age of 65, each organ of my body is 65 years old. Right. My liver is 65, my knee joint is 65, my heart is 65, my skin is 65. This is 65 years plus external aging also.
So one curiosity that I've always had is when we say we are looking at the Oscars. We are basically looking at a room full of really beautiful people. Many of them are over 60 and who don't look it at all. In fact, there is a lot of jokes, right, that some of those people are like Paul Rudd is a vampire because he's not aged. Tom Cruise, he's not aged.
Yeah.
That cannot be natural is what I'm imagining. There has to be certain procedures done. There has to be certain some sort of interventions done to make someone look like that as they age, because normal signs of aging are not there. What are those procedures that people do? It's not just supplements and stuff. What are the procedures that people do on someone's face to keep them looking young? Good enough.
Yeah. So I'm not going to dissect Paul Rudd and Tom Cruise, of course not. But like you said, कि signs of aging दिख नहीं रहे हैं. So what are those procedures, right? So all anti-aging procedures are nothing but trying to mimic the body's natural physiology. That is all that an anti-aging procedure is. अगर with age मेरे बार बार lines आ रहे हैं, wrinkles आ रहे हैं, वो lines क्यों आ रहे हैं? Because वो muscles बार बार use हो रहे हैं, तो हम botulinum toxin डाल के उसको relax कर देते हैं. The thing is, no anti-aging procedure is permanent, which is also in the best interest for the patient, because it mimics physiology, which means all anti-aging procedures हम every 6 months, 1 year depending हमें top up करना पड़ता है, because aging is a dynamic process. Why? For bones के हिसाब से बताता हूँ, menopause हुआ, मेनोपॉज के बाद बोन्स में ऑस्टियोपोरोसिस हो गया, कैल्शियम विटामिन डी कंटेंट लो हो गया, आप हर महीने आपका कैल्शियम विटामिन डी सप्लीमेंटेशन लेते हो. दैट्स अ लाइफ लॉन्ग प्रोसेस. लाइफ लॉन्ग लेते रहोगे जस्ट टू मैच अप द लॉस जो आपका होने वाला है. दैट इज़ एग्जैक्टली व्हाट वी डूइंग इन एंटी एजिंग, विच मीन्स इफ़ देर इज़ अ 65-year-old lady who goes to the gym, who does strength training, who takes her calcium, vitamin D and everything, and if you do her bone ka jo that DEXA, you might not see a difference between her skeleton and a 40-year-old skeleton. राइट तो आपने सिर्फ वो चीज़ें जो लॉस हुआ उसको सप्लीमेंट किया. वो मैं स्किन में भी वो ही कर रहा हूँ. सो स्किन में विथ एज योर कोलेजन लेवल्स आर गोइंग डाउन, विथ एज योर इलास्टिन लेवल्स आर गोइंग डाउन, योर हाइलुरोनिक एसिड लेवल्स आर गोइंग डाउन, पिगमेंटेशन आने लग जाता है, टेक्सचरल एबनॉर्मैलिटी हो जाता है. आई एम जस्ट करेक्टिंग वॉट इज़ गोइंग रॉन्ग विथ एज और वॉट इज़ रिड्यूसिंग विथ एज. सो व्हेन वी डू स्किन बूस्टर्स देन नथिंग बट hyaluronic acid. Hyaluronic acid, biochemistry first year, first chapter if you remember, chondroitin sulfate, glucosamine sulfate, hyaluronic acid, right? So dermatologists also have not invented hyaluronic acid. आपकी body में है पहले से ही, number one. Number two, which other specialists use hyaluronic acid? Ophthalmologists for dry eyes, right? So basically one molecule of hyaluronic acid, it absorbs 1,000 molecules of water. So when it absorbs water, it nicely hydrates the skin. It becomes nice and taut and stretched out. ये skin देख, अगर इसको मैं अच्छे से hydrate करूँ तो do you feel?
It'll just fill up.
Right? Yeah. Imagine a raisin, a kishmish. Yeah. बनता किससे? Grape से, right? Raisin को आप एक osmotically substance में डाल दो.
It'll just fill up.
That is exactly what a skin booster does.
जैसे every Gujarati family who travels abroad knows, because they carry all their 20 days of food dehydrated.
Oh, I thought they only carried theplas.
No.
Oh.
They carry pav bhaji, they carry paneer tikka, they
what
carry
are you saying?
Everything. And they just dehydrate it. And वहाँ पे जाके all they have to do is to add hot water and they get everything back.
Wow.
That is basically...
I thought thepla लेके जाते यार. But
so that is what dermatology does.
That's exactly what dermatology is. We are just glorified Gujaratis. I mean. But I'm Bengali. But yeah, so whatever you are losing with age, you just replenish it. That's it. Right. A bad procedure is when you overcorrect it. That is a problem. Like a bad procedure is what, अगर आपको विटामिन डी आपने बहुत ज़्यादा ले लिया फिर तो प्रॉब्लम हो गया, टॉक्सिसिटी में चले गए. सिमिलरली जितना सिर्फ रिंकल रिलैक्स करने के लिए करना था उतना ही किया, ज़्यादा कर दिया, नाउ आई हैव अ फ्रोजन, और आई कैन हैव टोसिस, दैट कैन फॉल डाउन, आई कैन हैव स्पॉकिंग, आई कैन हैव ऑल ऑफ दोज थिंग्स, आई कैन हैव अ राइज स्माइल, लाइक यू नो मैं कुछ भी उधर उधर डाल सकता हूँ. सो
but there are also other procedures like fillers.
Yeah.
So can you take us through that? What are fillers?
Yeah. So the difference between a filler and a skin booster is only the way the hyaluronic acid is processed. Okay? A filler is also hyaluronic acid. So there are two types of fillers. One is a permanent filler like a breast implant. That's silicone, non-biodegradable, right? Your body will not break it down. The fillers that we use in dermatology are biodegradable. Your body will break it down like a absorbable suture. Body तोड़ देगी उसको. It's made up of hyaluronic acid. In fillers, the hyaluronic acids are more cross-chained. Okay. Very, I mean, वो बहुत ज़्यादा ऐसे mesh की तरह रहते हैं. तो मेरी body उसको इतना जल्दी तोड़ नहीं पाएगी. बाहर से तोड़ना start करेगी, but it will take a lot of time to break it down. So if something is going to be rigid like this, it will give support. So if my tent is collapsing, I need to give support here.
ऊपर से फिलर डाल दो, वो खींच लेगा.
हाँ, फिलर डालो, वो सपोर्ट कर देगा. बिकॉज मेरा जो फैट पैड एज के साथ कम हो गया है, माई फिलर विल जस्ट गो एंड सिट देयर एंड सपोर्ट इट. दैट्स लिटरली व्हाट अ फिलर इज, राइट? अ स्किन बूस्टर इज हाइलुरोनिक एसिड, बट दैट इज मोर फ्लोई. So it flows more easily, it hydrates. So it's the same thing. You just change the viscoelasticity and you change the product.
So you talked about hyaluronic acid fillers,
hyaluronic acid skin boosters.
What about fat fillers?
So autologous fat fillers are also there. So that would be cheaper. So sometimes because hyaluronic acid fillers that we use are more expensive, वो लैब में बनते हैं, राइट? अभी क्या है, मैंने तुम्हारे पेट से ही फैट निकाल दिया, उसी को मैंने डाल दिया. The only problem with that is it is little risky because you run the risk of fat embolism. So that is little risky. So although it is cheap because you have abundance of it, so sometimes liposuction किया fat है 1-2 लीटर अरे डाल दो, वैसे भी कुछ ml ही डालना होता है, but unless done by a very very good plastic surgeon in very good trained hands, fat fillers are little riskier because of the risk of embolism.
So people who have gone to undergo certain procedures might come back with these thick lips.
Yeah.
And you've seen these in sitcoms and stuff where people have these thick lips, and there are these comments that, oh, did you get a filler done? And I think that over a period of time it sort of shrinks back to a normal size.
Because your body is going to break it down. It's nothing but hyaluronic acid. But if you get a breast implant done, your body will never be able to break it down.
Yeah. I like how you pointed at me.
It'll be found in your grave once you die.
Is that true?
It's not degradable, no?
So somebody with a breast implant, if they are buried,
50 years later,
all that will remain.
are the implants and the bone में जो भी उन्होंने joint डाल रखा है, so that's titanium.
Wow. So they are like a Wolverine.
Yeah. That's adamantium.
Adamantium.
Yeah, so if 50 years later, if aliens were to ever, or maybe 100 years later, चल 200 पकड़ ले, bone भी disintegrate हो गया.
ठीक है. So all that will remain
is the silicon and the titanium plate and whatever prosthesis you've put. And yeah.
Wow. So those will be the ones that outlast all of us.
Exactly. So
interesting. So when they say that beauty is skin deep, it is the opposite. Okay, that was a very weird tangent to go down to. We might cut that whole thing. But I loved it. So, Agni, I have a very practical question. I have never been somebody who uses skincare. I have only taken sunscreen when I go scuba diving. Okay? And that also people have to remind me. But I would like to. I would like to start. I would like to take care of my skin, since we are talking about aging so much, तो कभी ना कभी तो दिमाग में आता है कि हाँ भाई, we should start taking care. So is there something like skincare for men? Should if there's a guy who's never done it, never really thought about skincare, without overwhelming them,
fair,
how would you start them on skincare?
Fair enough. So now when I look at you, when I look at you, your age, okay, mid-30s, okay. Now, maybe just 2 products. One advantage that you have is you already have a beard. This is your natural sunscreen. Because right? So half your face is anyway.
इतना तो cover हो ही गया. Interesting.
Sunscreen, and I'm glad you use it because when you go scuba diving and all, and I showed you this image of, right? So sunscreen is one product.
Yeah.
How much SPF? Right? SPF 15 to 30 is good enough.
You don't have to go to 50, 80.
So SPF 30 offers you about 93.5 to 93.6% protection from ultraviolet radiation. Okay. SPF 50 protects you about 95%, 96%. Okay. The difference is only about mota 2%. But the cost difference is exponential.
Really?
Yeah. So for an Indian, again, for brown skin, you don't have any pigmentary disorders or anything like that, SPF 30 is good enough. Because skincare is also going to be a long-term thing. So it's not like 5 days का antibiotic है कि expensive भी हो गया तो चलेगा, right? If it has to be lifelong, it also has to be sustainable. So one is in a sunscreen, 30 is good enough for you, number 1. Number 2, now considering your age, right? You seem to have more or less good skin, right? So can I be brutally honest?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay. So you've got good face. Your skin is also good. Okay? Skin quality is also very good, right? If we zoom in here, I see few acneiform eruptions here and there. Okay? Now ये थोड़ा सा स्ट्रेस रिलेटेड हो सकता है, योर डाइट थोड़ा ऊपर नीचे हो गया, ब्रेकआउट्स आना बहुत नॉर्मल है. ओके, मे बी योर शुगर इनटेक वेंट अप, योर स्ट्रेस लेवल्स वर देयर, वांट टू
you can tell if my sugar intake went up from my face?
No, these are the causative factors. Now I'm shooting arrows in the dark, but yeah, okay.
Because it did, okay.
ठीक है. You don't seem to, can I, if you may, you don't have any obvious ऐसा textural or ऐसा very obvious pigmentary problems, right? So that way you're pretty good. Okay. Now considering your age, and I just see camera में शायद दिखेगा नहीं, I'm seeing very fine lines and crinkles. So for you, a retinol would be a good night product to use.
Okay.
Okay. So start with a lower percentage retinol, like a 0.1%, step it up to a 0.3, 0.6, that's it. Okay. How often to do it? Alternate nights. That's roughly just thrice a week, right? Two things that go with retinol is retinol causes photosensitivity, which means we give it with a sunscreen. Retinol causes little dryness and irritation, and you have little dry skin, and that's a very product of your age. Use it with a moisturizer, which is also swad anusar, which means if you feel the need to use it, otherwise leave it be. So effectively, I've only told you two products, a sunscreen and a retinol for you, that also on alternate nights. So you buy one bottle, it will probably last you a couple of months. So it's not that expensive. When you actually, you spend more money on your toothpaste.
I think I would be.
That's what I'm saying.
And that's because right from the time you're born, your parents have told you that using a toothpaste is important for these reasons. And not once has any adult in my life, since I was a kid, ever told me that using any skincare product is important.
Yeah.
So do you think that the new generation of kids growing up, they grow up hearing about skincare?
They do. So for example, like how you grew up listening about toothpaste.
Yeah.
Like a good boy is somebody who brushes twice a day.
Yeah.
Right? Subah ko kiya, raat ko. That's a good boy.
Yeah.
So, over the time, good boy, good girl, yeah. But over the years, you'll start, people being more conversational about skincare products, sunscreen. So now how तुमने बोला मैं जब भी diving जाता हूँ मैं sunscreen पहन, वो कैसे आया?
Because peer
सुना,
groups,
right? This will also happen.
Must. I like it. This doesn't overwhelm me. So buy two stuff, sunscreen, retinol cream.
But retinol only for you. Like,
yes,
for you.
For me.
Yeah, for you. Like, see.
This is not a general advice.
Yeah. This is, I'm looking at your skin and saying, if somebody had some, textural problems, unko kuch pigmentation problems hota, I would have probably, told them to go for something else. Maybe like an alpha hydroxy acid or maybe something like an azelaic acid. Depends. Okay. So it depends from case to case. But
it's not a one size fit all.
Not at all. Not at all. Okay. You have 100 drugs. 100 medications. Sabko kaise de sakte ho?
That's true.
But one thing which will blanket cover everything is a sunscreen
and a moisturizer,
which is swad anusar. So I have oily skin. And the city we live in, it's a tropical city.
Yeah.
I don't remember the last time I used a moisturizer in Bombay.
Interesting.
I don't use it here.
Because your skin moisturizes itself.
I have oily skin.
But you're saying that mine is on the drier side, so I should be using moisturizer.
Swad anusar. See, यहाँ पे in this city, you probably might get away without using it. You probably might get away. You're on the cusp. But let's say you travel to Rajasthan, dry climate, right? वहाँ पे तुम्हारा skin फटेगा, you'll feel it.
Absolutely.
So I'll give you an example.
I was in Lucknow for 3 years. I was using a lip balm pretty much every day, whether it was summer, winter.
And how often do you use it here?
Never.
Exactly my point, right?
Yeah.
I'm not going to take brand names, but there are certain soaps which are probably just 1-2 grades better than a detergent. Okay. There are a lot of people when they वो नहाते हैं उससे, and after a bath the skin feels stretched. They feel कि मज़ा आ गया. Like for a lot of people, still a good bath is तब कि पूरा skin एकदम अच्छे से पूरा मैल वैल निकल के पूरा that's wrong.
Wow.
Right? Because that is stripping your skin of its natural protective oils. Right? Okay. So soap is also swad anusar.
which means they are कौन सा soap है?
No. What I mean to say is, if somebody has dry skin,
right,
eczemas, like old age, let's say if you look at your grandparents, right? If they use those kind of soaps which they used in the young days, unka skin फट जाएगा. Their eczema will worsen, right? They'll have to use pH neutral soaps. Okay. I'm not going to take any brand names, but you get what I mean.
So what should we look for on the
soap?
On the soap.
pH.
So
the skin's pH is about 5.5.
Okay.
So soaps which tend to be closer to the skin's pH.
Got it.
The purpose of if you ever had any pets, how often do you wash your pets? Bathe your pets.
I don't have pets.
But how often do you think pets are bathed?
Once a week, twice a week.
Once a week, once a month, to twice a month or whatever.
Yeah.
Do they suffer infections?
They do, don't they? No.
So are you supposed to clean your ears?
Oh, you're saying that we are taking a bath way more than we need to?
Also, because the way you're taking a bath. So the purpose of a soap is just to remove dirt, dust, debris, grime, right? Not strip your protective oils, because that is damaging your skincare barrier. That's a problem. if I can be brutally honest here, the only areas on my body where I use soap are my underarms and my genitals. I don't use soap.
Are you saying that using soap on your skin every day might actually harm the skin?
जब तक गाड़ी चल रही है चलाओ. So there are soaps. Okay. When you wash your hands with when you wash the dishes.
Yeah.
हाथ पे dishwasher वो deter लगेगा.
Yes.
Right. Everybody does not end up getting eczema.
Yes.
But say a lot of दीदीज who go to a lot of houses,
Yes.
वो कितने घर में जाके बर्तन धोती हैं.
Correct.
उसमें भी सबको eczema नहीं होता. But कुछ जन को हो जाता है.
Right.
So is washing my hands with dishwasher safe? No, not at all. But does everybody get eczema? No. It's like saying gluten is bad. No, it's not. Only if I have gluten sensitive enteropathy, then it becomes a problem.
Got it. Got it. So that's.
But it makes good for sensational news. कि अरे साबुन लगाने से skin खराब. No यार. The human body is not so fragile. We have survived 4.5 billion years of evolution. There's a reason we are here. It's not so fragile. There is no rule book. One size does not fit all. If it's worked for you for all these years, it'll probably work for you.
I love it. I think that's the principle that I live by.
Yeah.
I think what we should do is to allow the audience now to just take in all of this. Drop all the questions that you have about skin, dermat, anything else. Where else does Agni wash when he takes a shower? Whatever questions you have, drop it in the comments. And we will have Agni back on this channel, because honestly this was the most fun podcast. I don't even know if it was a podcast.
I wash my hands also after going to the toilet.
We are going to see you guys soon. Bye everyone. Take care.